It is November 9th, 2014, and I'm reading a poem that I wrote, and I just woke up. So my voice is raspy, but that's okay. So this is a poem that I wrote because I woke up and there was a mess in the kitchen, and I was like, who left this mess in the kitchen? You don't go to bed with a mess in the kitchen. And I looked at the chart of whose day it was to clean the kitchen for the kids. And whose day was it? It was mine. But this chart was from before I started working. I had a day where I did the kitchen. Now, years ago, I used to do everything myself before my kids were big enough. Then I started to implement a routine where the kids start to help because I saw other moms with little boys who never had their boys do any chores. And the boys didn't really listen to her. And I saw it over and over again of moms who did everything for the kids because they loved the kids and they wanted the kids to be kids and be free and play and not be tied down by the cares in this world. But something happens when you steal from your children chores, because as they're doing a work is being done on them. And so God showed me that. So wisdom told me that. And I said, wisdom, I want to listen. But this day I woke up and I was like, oh man, I was about ready to wake up any kid real early to see if they can get the kitchen done because it was somebody's day. But I found out it was actually mine, and I went to bed really early because. So anyway, but as I stood in the kitchen by the dishes in the sink, I thought about this poem. This poem, I just started writing it. And so if you are a parent or a single parent, to me as a single parent, which now I'm not really single, but this is my heart. So I wrote this poem. Oh, and also because the Lord shows my kids a lot of times things that can happen because they're also prophets. So they get a lot of dreams and visions, and they're seers too. So they see things, they see stuff on people. They see things in people, and they would be freaked out like, oh, mom. I was like, no, you're seeing in the spirit. So anyway, and they also see things in people at a younger age than what I did. So, people say, what do you see in people? Well, you could see spirits, you could see light, you could see demons, you can see their thoughts sometimes, you can see their motives. But I don't want to make this about that. So the Lord would show my kids different things that they could do, the gifts that He would show them where they could go in the future. He would show them. And then and the reason why he would show those things is because he says, I will give you a hope and a future. He doesn't want to bring you down and just have you down, though God will test you and walk you through fire. Don't get me wrong. You must be tested and tried so that, and every Christian should know this. Side note and a sidebar, we should be able to say, because you so want him above everything, you should be able to say, when he has tested me, I will come forth as gold. That there should tell you that he does test you. But the Lord will show them where they could go, the ultimate of what they could be, the ultimate of what they can make, the ultimate of what they can do. And that's what the Lord does. He'll give you dreams. And then he'll say the vision. And then in the Bible, we like to take the verse that the vision won't lie. It may tarry, so it may take a while, so wait for it. But sometimes we mess up and hinder things from coming sooner, or the enemy gets in the way, even when you're listening to God. Like Daniel, the enemy gets in the way and then, hinder stuff. But he's given you a dream, or maybe your children a dream. But when you're a parent, you're like, wow, that's amazing. You want them to get that. But then you get these little thoughts like, Jimmy don't clean his room right. Can he handle managing himself or managing others if that's what the Lord wants to take him to? The ultimate of leadership? The ultimate of who we can be is to manage other people? Oh my gosh. God always wanted to make kings and queens. But his people kept wanting to walk around in the desert or be up under another king because you feel like you need someone to tell you what to do. But the Lord always wanted us to manage. Or we play too small, and so we just go ahead and take a job instead of building the business God told us to do. So anyway, he's given dreams. And anytime you have a dream, there is a preparation and process and a test way before it. Oh my God, you might even build it and then it burns down or the ship sinks or whatever. But I don't know. I just want to teach them perseverance. And I know that first things must be done first. Like, first character lessons must be received, trained. Because you have to build them inside before they can ever build anything really great outside. And they don't have to build anything great for us to recognize them. But you want them to have the right attitude. So that is the goal. To do the jobs without being asked. To also have the right attitude when you do it. To also endure. I want them to do that. And the Lord has shown me over and over, he is not impressed with the school systems and that what they hold as a high standard, he doesn't hold it the same. Not to say that if you get straight A's, he's not saying, wow, great for you. Well, he's given you a mind to be able to grasp and get those things. And maybe you have something within you to make you get all that done and perfectly and whatever. But he's even had us unschool before. So that tells you it's more important to him that he makes you and that they don't get the credit for making you. Sometimes when God's doing a new thing, he pulls his people out of their systems and he hides you. He hides his prophets sometimes. And then sometimes he throws us out with the world and the wolves because we have to bring a message. It's either an encouragement or we're bringing a warning message. Oh. But anyway, okay. I meant to only read this poem and not ramble, but here's this poem that I made. Sorry. Little one, tell me what you want to be. While you wash the dishes, tell me. Wow, what great dreams. Tell me why you mop the floor tile. What great ideas to make one smile. Little one, what do you aspire to be? Can you tell me? By waking with goals and let us see. Oh, how great are those goals. Now, can you handle little tasks toll? Little one, you want a lot of wealth? Tell me why, as you show how you can help. Is the floor too hard to sweep? Is the room too hard to keep? Is it too much to serve sibling before self? Or would preferring them before you cause you to weep? Can you imagine then why he would show you secrets to wealth, or how to see the visions tangible for yourself? Little one, tell me your dreams. Is it to raise kings and queens? Can you first serve in lowly state, even under bad leadership as you wait? I ask you, my child, will you go through the test? I wish to have built your endurance before God's tests. I want to see you blessed. But little ones that my Father to me entrusts, if you get those dreams, will you lift him up? I like how you can do a task without being asked. And I like how you give to homeless your last cent when up in smoke our own house went. We just looked good in a car, but man didn't know our scar. But little ones, I know you're a hidden star. But if the Lord raises you before millions, don't forget to care. Keep that heart that would give last bit and still share, even when you see coldness in world, that the wicked truly don't care. Little ones that my Father gave to me, your success is what I want to see. But if success to him is being close to him, but you still get F's or D's, I know school's only prep for job when God's given you a dream. I will still be glad over you, and through him, success you do see. But more than world success or best of grades, I am glad to know that all my kids are saved. But when the world is tough, I want to see that you persevere, because that quality was taught hopefully by me when you told me those dreams and desires and goals. As you'd first things first, doing little and not lofty tasks are first, at home, rehearsed. My name is Anna Clark. You can find me on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. I often write on Facebook. If I'm ever quiet, the Lord has me on an assignment that I'm too busy to get there to write and answer people. But you could be my friend. You could send prayer requests. If the Lord gives me a word for you, then I will tell you for sure. You don't have to be my friend in order to inbox me there, but I may not see your message quickly if you're not a friend on there. So you can add me. If you inbox me on my YouTube channel, I may take way too long to ever get to you. So contact me through my Facebook. So that is my poem. That's a message that I've kind of had for maybe 21 years, because my oldest is 21, and I knew when he was little I started to get wisdom from God. I knew it was too great. It wasn't from me. And so those are some things that I feel. And though my kids aren't perfect, they are leader types. But they have to endure their own tests too. And I hope that whatever I made them do when I was making them do a chore, and to the 100% to do the chore, don't do a half-ass job. When I was teaching them to do a chore, it was so within me with the passion that I wanted good so much that I hated bad, and I did not like a half job, that I would make them do it again, make them do it over. But I knew I had to make that. I knew I had to make them do a full job. Because if you don't, how can you handle bigger things? You have to handle the little. You have to handle the little first and try to have a right attitude. Now, when the Lord taught me about multiple streams, He taught me about having my own business, He taught me about leadership, He taught me, not man. And so sometimes He's had me on different assignments, because when you're a prophet or apostle, the Lord will send you in different places, and you're not always in the front. He'll slip you in the back. Slip you in the back to talk to other people that usually stand up in the front. But the Lord will teach you about leadership a lot by bad leadership. He will show you a lot of bad leadership, and that will show you the way you're supposed to go. But anyway, I was going to say, the Lord would use me and my kids a lot to go to different places to speak to leaders behind the scenes. We didn't go on those stages and really, but so I know where my kids are supposed to be. I know what they're supposed to be in the world. But God shows opportunities. And if you let Him take you through your process, you will get there. And I also was going to say, the Lord also hid me for like 20 years in the household raising children. And then He would give me inventions and ideas and visions of jewelry designs that were never done before, and things to mix together that would make this and that, and things that are not out there. The Lord would give it to me, so I knew if it's not out there, it's something that He wants me to do. I knew it was from Him, because you just get taken by visions and dreams. You know that is not you. The Lord is speaking, and so I would try to create those things. And then the Lord, so He led me to make all these things, and then He shut that down. So then He wanted me to go out into the world and to get a job that was outside the house. And I saw leadership in a cell phone company that gives away free cell phones to low-income families. But I saw how in their management, they would be faulty in the way that, they were only about money. And business is about money, but that's only one part. It should be about service, and it should be about honest service, and it should be about caring for the people in the community above making a dollar. If you don't care more than want that dollar, then something is off, and you will be found faulty in your business, probably before the Lord. So the Lord sent me in that business. I did work for them a few months, and then it made me remember who I was. I was standing too small if I was going to stand up under that leadership. But yet the Lord sent me there under a Pharaoh. So it's Pharaoh types. Because Pharaohs want you to make and want you to produce, but they don't give you enough straw or hay so that you can produce the bricks you're supposed to produce. And that's what this company was like. Rhyme this company with Udget. Udget Mobile. All I'm doing is missing one letter in the front. Boop. So the Lord had that opportunity. I got to speak to different people in there, though, and speak in their lives, and it was interesting. So probably one connection I will keep from there, because one was an honest heart. One heart was, I could see him from a mile away. I was like, he's Christian and he's supposed to design shoes. And the Lord had me speak to him. But anyway, sometimes the Lord will send you into places and jobs and marketplace, but really it's so that you remember who you are and tell some others who they are, just to confirm their way. And then also, I thought that space that I was stepping into, going out into the world, into that job, after the Lord had hid me for 20 years, prepared me like a prophet and hid me. And what was interesting was going to that job. I thought that was a big space to step into, but once you step into that big space, then you realize that the space was too small. You're really too big for that space. And I remembered, I'm really a leader. I'm really a builder. I'm really an inventor. I'm really a crafter. I'm a minister, but I'm not like your average minister. I'm different. I'm given freedoms in different ways than others, may be vessels that are not supposed to do certain things because that's the way the Lord has for them, but he has me move a different way. But I have learned through process and by pain. And even the pain pushes you to know, to remind you where your purpose is. That I need to manage my own. But God so much cares about our character. And that's why I'm talking about this. And it seems like I turned it all on me when this was a poem about my children. But, the teacher has to learn too so that you can teach your children. And so, but he has taught me a process and he has reminded me who I am. If children of God won't be who they're supposed to be, he will allow you to be up under pharaohs. He will even send you, and you'll know that you're supposed to be working at that one job. But really, you're a star. Really, you're a manager. Really, you're a builder. Really, you are someone who's supposed to invent a service or a doorway that others will walk through. What if you are one that's to build a doorway that others are to walk through? If you don't build it, they stay stuck. Or God will send another to help them out. So anyway, you hope to teach your kids those things. To endure, to go through their process, to do the little things first. Because if you're faithful with the little, then he can give you more.